Greetings, true listeners. We are back. It's been about 3 weeks since we've been gone. I know, you must have missed us so much. Well, it was Christmas and New Year's have passed, so it is a brand new year. And it is also our 2 years since this podcast started. So this is our 2-year anniversary episode.
If only I got Kyle something.
Oh, I got you something.
Are you serious? Because I already said you're not allowed to give anything else back to this like box thing that we're giving away, and you got to stop giving me presents. Because I feel like a father, neglected father to you because I haven't given you anything for Christmases, birthdays, and everything like that. And then I have to make it's like I just got out of jail and I have to make up for it. So I'm gonna have to give you a shit ton of stuff.
Don't worry. What I got you was just a picture of me in the shower.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to get you something.
Anyways, we got some things to talk about. We're gonna break down the Deadpool's 12 Days of Christmas stuff that they did. If you want to see what they all are, just for yourself, not listening to us describe it, because we suck at describing things sometimes, especially me. You can go into our Facebook page, and while you're there, give it a like. Also, we'll be talking about Robbie Mel returning to the Flash as a certain character. Plus, we finally got some images of Doctor Strange and a little bit of a plot to the character movie. So, should be interesting. And Daredevil 2 coming out the same time as a certain movie.
What?
So, without further ado, let this shit begin.
About to break, tormented and attacked, lost from when we wake, with no way to go back. I'm standing on my own, but now I'm not alone. Avengers, assemble! Always we will fight as one, till the battle's won, with evil on the run. We never come undone. Assemble, we are strong. Forever fight as one. Assemble, we are strong. Forever fight as one.
So before we start, I just want to say my wife just texted me saying our cat's new name is Sir Fucker, Mayor of Fuckertown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice. Why? May I ask why?
Because he is very spastastic, if that's even a word, I don't know. But
Spastastic, yeah.
He's an asshole. Not gonna lie, my cat is an asshole. Likes to just try and trick people. Loves to break things. Broke one of my wife's music boxes.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so wasn't too happy about that. It was one of those Jim Shore Little Mermaid things, and you twist it and then it plays music.
Of course, it's a pretty valuable one. It's not like a piece of crap like glass that like if you knocked over you're like, well, I got 1 million of these, that's okay. No. He seemed to have found the pinpoint the exact certain limited edition thing like my cat usually does.
Yeah, and this was apparently a 20th anniversary for the Little Mermaid. So.
Of course, why not? Why would it be anything less than something super awesome?
Thankfully, like he knocked it over, and basically the head and part of her fin broke off. Thankfully, we were able to fix that part. But now, when you twist it, she kind of just like spins around instead of playing music.
Oh,
yeah, it kind of sucks, but
yeah, I don't want to be part of that world.
No. Without further ado, I'm going to read off our stuff that we have listened. Yeah. You can find us on www.longboxcast.com, part of the Four Eyed Radio Network, The Fern. For more information, you can visit foureyedradio.com. And I believe, Steve, you're still working on that website?
Yep. Like I said, still trying to find a layout. Keep up on that. One of my New Year's resolutions is actually to do more multimedia stuff, such as post stuff to all the Facebook pages of everything that I am a part of, and then, of course, keep updates on the both websites that we actually have websites of Arcade Bros and Longbox Cast. So hopefully I can keep that goal.
Cool. Well, as you know, you can listen to this show on many platforms like Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, Zoom Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast, Blueberry Podcast, Miro Guide, Double Twist, YouTube, Swell Radio, and Player FM. Also, you can also listen to the episodes on 4ridradio.com with all the other shows that you may want to listen to, or if you just want to see what else is out there. We have a genre for everything. We got horror, we've got gaming, we've got Power Rangers, we've even got Star Trek. We just don't have Star Wars.
Well, we have a Star Wars, but it might just be a yearly podcast.
We'll see. As you know, we are brought to you by Revenge Lover Designs, illustration and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit revengelover.com. And we are proud supporters of Comic Hair Comics, which I just dropped off I mailed them my box of comics. I dropped it off in, I think, like about last week or a week before.
Right.
Had it weighed. It was about 20 pounds worth of comics.
Damn.
Yep.
You know what that is? That's 20 pounds worth of love.
Yes, exactly. That is 20 pounds worth of love. So, Steve, we are back, and it's 2-year anniversary. How the hell are you?
Good. It's 2016. I had a nice long 4-day weekend since I have, vacation time has started over, and I actually had full 2 weeks, and also plus 2, floating holidays. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the Monday off from New Year's and all that kind of stuff and try to relax myself back into the working world. But yeah, no, it was a good 2 weeks off. Saw Star Wars twice,
Nice.
which we'll talk about that in a few. Made some New Year's resolutions that hopefully I can stick to, such as I'm going to quit smoking, start working out. Yes, cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes.
I knew you did vape, but I did not know.
Yeah, I been basically I was gonna go back to vape a long time ago, but my vapor thing broke. So until I get money to get that might help me wean off. But actually, the funny part is I don't even know if I'm even addicted to it. I think the vape, I just like the flavors. It reminds me of hookah, but we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, start working out again. Since I got a lot of shit adult stuff for Christmas, such as crock pots and stuff like that, I actually cooked my first crock pot meal last night. Teriyaki chicken thing came out pretty good. So I'm going to start cooking some more and eating better and all that kind of stuff. So I figure if I throw it out here on the podcast and people listen, they can hold it to me. So I might even do like this is how much I weigh right now, and then start gradually doing the losing weight kind of thing, try to keep myself motivated on that. And of course, like I said, try to be more interactive with the Facebook pages, websites, and all that great jazz. So, but yeah, other than that, holiday was really good, really relaxing. Just took some time off, a little bit of work I had to do, and just kind of relax. And now I have to focus on the new year and new life and become the Ted Mosby that I need to be.
Nice.
Yeah, I really need to find somebody.
There's a Robin Scherbatsky out there for you somewhere.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, you what? How was your whole holiday?
It was good. Christmas Eve went to Dorothy's grandparents. Christmas Day went and saw Star Wars.
Bing!
Yeah, it was a really good movie. So, and then we went to her parents' house afterwards. We got a weed whacker, so quite happy about that. Because, we don't have a big enough yard for like a lawnmower, but just the right size for just a weed whacker. Just whack everything out. We'll be good to go.
That's pretty good, actually, though.
Yeah. So we were quite happy about that because we were actually planning on buying like a weed whacker within the next week or so. So that was cool.
I like how things have changed when you become an adult for Christmas. Yeah. Like everyone's like, "Oh, that's all you got," but I'm like, I needed this.
Yes, but then her grandparents got me a gift card to Toys R Us, so I wasn't complaining about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that already got spent on Power Ranger toys.
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, no, not that crappy season.
Oh, not the first season?
Yeah, no, that shit sucks.
What? No.
Yeah. No, you have your nostalgia goggles on. Take them off.
No, that's no.
Rewatch it. It's bad. It's really
I know
bad.
It's bad. That's why it's awesome, because it's horrible.
No, it's bad.
It's a rip-off of Voltron, I know.
Actually, it's the other way around.
How did Voltron rip I thought Voltron came out in the 80s.
Yes, but the show that that Power Rangers is based off of has been around since the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still rip off of Voltron because
really.
I'm seeing it through nostalgic glasses, so I only saw it when in the 90s.
Anyways, New Year's happened. We didn't do anything New Year's. Made some pigs in a blanket.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I haven't had those in ages.
It was the first time I actually made them, so that was kind of cool. Let's see. And we actually struggled trying to stay awake for New Year's.
Okay. It's so funny. Okay, so you're married.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever did this back in the day before you were married or just dating somebody. Did you go out to parties and all that kind of stuff?
I never really was a big party person. I think I went to a party once when I was 18. It was a Halloween party, and that's when I had my first alcoholic drink, and it was about it.
Okay. Basically, yeah, I just noticed because a lot of everybody I know usually is either, they're dating somebody, they're married, they're living together, all that kind of stuff. And it's just funny to hear their New Year's parties opposed to my New Year's party. Because I went, I got drunk, I, talked with a bunch of people, hung out with people, did all that kind of crazy stuff. And it's just funny because it's like, yeah, that's fun to do, but I am at an age where I'm like, I kind of want just to have I have somebody, we're just chilling at home or going over to another person's house who's all married in couples where we can just kind of chill and relax and not have to worry about that whole pressure of I need to impress people because I might find the one. Honestly, you're never going to find the one at those kind of parties. I'm just going to say that right off the bat because guess what? I'm still here. Yeah, no, it's very funny though because it's like a lot of people are like, oh, well, you get to go out and do all that cool stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's not as great as it used to be when you were younger. Because now it's like you're an adult and you're like, when you were young, you're like, yeah, I'll do all this stuff now and then I'll settle down. And now it's all like, I'm still doing this because my life is really shitty when it comes to that department.
But so we were struggling just trying to stay awake for the entire thing. And we're just, we're watching the Ryan Seacrest countdown thing or whatever. And I don't know what it was, but 10 minutes beforehand, I was literally just falling asleep. My wife had to keep constantly waking me up.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we do the countdown and I give her a kiss and I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. Good night. The next day, the next day, I am up at 1:30 at night watching some movie on TBS because I cannot sleep. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on
here?
Yeah,
it's so weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. All right, hold on 1 second. I got to close my door.
Oh, you're good. So yeah, anyways, kids. So I hope everybody had a safe and fun holiday season and a great Happy New Year. And of course, with the 4i Radio Network back in full swing, we'll try to give you shows every week. And especially, this is the year. This is the year of the nerds. I mean, technically every year now has been the years of the nerds, but man, okay, we're in January right now, and really there's nothing. There's basically nothing. I would say probably maybe you're rewatching some old Marvel movies that you just got for Christmas, some stuff like that, just trying to catch up, fill the void. But then we're going to get the Deadpool movie, which we're going to dive into all the stuff that they've been doing for this movie, which I think is fantastic. And now we're getting Batman v Superman and also another show during that time period as well. So it's going to be ridiculous. So Kyle and I will make sure to do our proper movie watching and then movie reviews. But we're starting early this year because usually Kyle and I don't start this until May, where we're like, okay, shows are done. Let's talk about the upcoming blockbuster movies this year. And now it's like, okay, shows are starting, and here's our first superhero movie of the year. So it's going to be interesting. So
definitely.
So before we dive into the wonderful thing that this one movie has been doing with marketing-wise, I think they've been – not only they're using this character to its full potential, but they are really using this character like he should be used. Before we dive into that superhero movie that will be coming out in February, do we want to talk a little bit about our opinions of the new Star Wars flick?
I said we save that for the end, so this way if people want to skip over that – they can just stop at the very end of the episode and not have to worry about trying to skip over in the middle.
Okay, that's Kyle. This is why Kyle's on the show, because he's smart, and he doesn't jump the gun like Steve Mooney here. Okay, well then let's talk about this crazy-ass marketing.
Yeah, so obviously we talked about this a little bit on the last episode we did because the very first day was right around the time we were actually doing our last episode. Basically, they announced that they were doing 12 days of Deadpool,
Yes.
all leading up to a brand new trailer on the 12th day. Well, on the first day, we got a brand new poster with basically Deadpool and a Glock right down there at his crotch and whatnot.
Yeah,
saying hello to his little friend.
And it was great because he's like, wait, the poster says, wait till they get a load of me.
Yes.
And I thought it was great because Kyle and I were laughing our butts off going like, this is great marketing. But then Kyle and I both sat back and go, man, look at the detail on this costume. Like, they have really done a good job.
Yeah.
Even though it's just his crotch shot, we're just like, oh, look at that. Like,
yeah. The next day was a GIF, or is it GIF? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, that whole controversy. Let's see here. Basically, it was Ryan Reynolds sitting on Deadpool's lap. I'm sure most of you have seen, like the little Deadpool standees. If you go to like movie theaters, picture Deadpool sitting, you can actually sit with him and whatnot. Well, this here is just like a bunch of compilation of pictures of Ryan Reynolds sitting on Deadpool's lap, making a bunch of funny faces and whatnot.
Yeah, I have to make sure to sit down in that thing and get a picture for it because that is just truly amazing.
Oh, yeah. I every time I go to the movies, I sit in it. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. Now, not exactly part of the 12 Days of Deadpool, but it was dropped on the third day, which was a Deadpool versus Boba Fett epic rap battles of history.
Yes, that was funny.
That was awesome. I will make a copy of the link and put it into the podcast right about now.
Rap battles of history. Deadpool versus Boba Fett!
Oh, is it me? Well, here's my first issue. I barely even know enough about you to diss But you guys honestly think that I would screw this feud up and lose to the dude a huge toothy coochie chewed up? I do damage when I brandish my katanas, man. I'll slice you up then vanish in my lonely butt pajamas. I'm one of a kind, you're a zero to your papa. Doing temp work for Vader, I just for Jabba. You're mad baggy, you're so flappy. Mad cause Sam Jackson killed your clone daddy. Somebody ought to put a bounty on that tape. Maybe I'll write a letter and mail it in your face.
I keep calling a slave one, cause your style makes me space sick. And your bars are like your old pal, cable fucking basic. I'll smack a merc in the mouth if he doesn't quit running that lip off. Bitch, who you calling clone? You're a Deathstroke ripoff. You stole Spider-Man's eyes and Snake Eyes' his weapon. You got Wolverine's powers, man, your comic sloppy seconds. Dr. Kill Brew Dude needs to go back to med school. Cause right now, you're no good to me, Deadpool.
What's that? A missile backpack? Well, I guess you'll be right if a fucking bird attack. Presenting the most overrated character anyone ever saw with 5 lines in the trilogy. And one of them was...
I only need 5 lines, cause I look fucking great. You look like someone spilled lasagna on your face. But you're worth a lot to me. If I bring you back dead, schizophrenics pay triple, 1 for each head.
Who you calling schizophrenic? You got 2 different voices. You're like your holiday special, man. Full of bad choices.
You think your Timmy Tonga's hot, but you couldn't be mild. You should have made the choice to ditch the prick from Van Wild.
The things about you go straight up abandoned. You let a Kiwi hold your gun and he fucked up your cannon. So we don't talk about movies, cause you got dick to say. That arm dart round church, I'm no more far away.
I'm a legend, you're a treasure. You ain't gotta have the skills like that. I'll beat your ass with one I call Boba Fetty one, and I'll call Domino. See, that's what I'm saying. She prefers my Durasteel to your Canadian bacon. I take a lesson from a genuine assassin who's blasting foes. I come equipped with a full set of sick Mandalorian flows. Everybody knows you got that power of regeneration. Now run home and heal from this disintegration.
Hold on! Hold there! Show the song!
Okay, so on the third
that was
day,
awesome. Who do you think won? I don't even know.
on the third day of Christmas, we got another GIF or GIF. I don't really care how you want to call it. I gotta pull up the link real quick. Oh, that's right. Basically, Deadpool's battle plans where he just wipes the a table off which had Wolverine claw props on, which I thought was pretty cool. And he lays out his battle plan for something, and it's got like fire breathing something, Komodo dragons, cannons, just a bunch of funny things. And that was the third day. And at first I was starting to think, is this just going to be like a bunch of gifts for the whole entire thing? Well, I was wrong.
Ooh.
Fourth day, we got Deadpool's Christmas list to Santa. So it reads, Dear Santa, my Xmas wish list. A lock of Beast's beautiful blue hair. Monster Magnet's greatest hits. Signed Andrew Wrigley headshot. 2 silencers. 3 Loudoners. What? Mario Batali pancake spatula. More pouches. I thought that was pretty funny. A pirate hat. $240 worth of pudding. Wearable teleporter with built-in pedometer. Betty's White's personal phone number. A real stuffed unicorn. Something stronger than penicillin. A sewing kit for my costume, not my mouth, you jerk. Be on the cover of the world's biggest and best movie magazine. A new fourth wall for the bathroom, since mine is broken. Love, Deadpool. Yes. And part of that there was, I think he actually did end up being on the cover of Empire magazine.
Oh.
Yeah, which apparently you have to be a subscriber for to get. So I was severely disappointed in that because I looked everywhere for it, and then I found out you have to be a subscriber for it, and I was like, what the hell is this shit?
Oh, man.
Fifth day, we got another new poster, which was mimicking the 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, so I thought that was clever, and he's got a little sweater on. It says Deadpool. Let's see here. Sixth day, we got a script that was edited by Deadpool. Basically, without, and there's a lot here, so I'm not going to go over it all, but like, there's a hangman down at the bottom because he got bored, and at the bottom it says 20th Century Fox, duplication prohibited, and then he also wrote Best Studio Ever over the 20th Century Fox, and it says except for X-Men Origins Wolverine. They joke on that. Let's see here. Where's the part he says? Let's see here. There's a part here where he announces, is like, Tim, when are you going to admit that you leaked the test footage, which I think is the director or something. There's a part where it says Deadpool turns back to Colossus with a look that could kill, and then he circles that look that could kill, and he wrote a little thing saying wearing a mask ? So he's like questioning a lot of these things, like, what are you thinking? Let's see. All the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex, and then he adds and herpes. Let's see here. It says Deadpool grimaces as he tries to bend his ankle back to straight with two already damaged hands, and he X's out the word grimaces and has an arrow over to it, and it says overused verb ... change it or I walk. So he does a lot of funny things. Again, that's the 6th day of Deadpool. We posted on December 19th, so if you want to find that on our Facebook page, you can to see the full thing. On the 7th day, this was sent to all of the Deadpool or the Deadpool Corps people that signed up for the email, which I did. So I got that directly into my email. Basically, it's a Deadpool holiday email saying what he's been up to. It shows you like a bunch of pictures from like Comic-Con and his fireplace picture. It's basically everything he's been up to. It's just actually pretty funny. So that was the 7th day. Again, you can find that on our Facebook page. 8th day, which was probably my favorite, was the Deadpool emojis.
Yes, on your phone that are free and are
Yes.
wonderful.
But I have one problem with the emojis. They're not actually emojis, they're basically pictures. So when I send them to you, it's not like I can be like texting something and then put emoji in between them and then keep typing. It's literally they're pictures. You have to copy it and then paste it. It's annoying, but I mean, overall, they're still funny. I love them. It's a whole bunch of Deadpool faces. There's like 2 blind owls. There's 2 Colossuses, and like a bunch of other funny things. So I use them from time to time. Steve knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, he gave me the finger the other day.
Yeah, I did. On the 9th day of Christmas, Deadpool gave to us another poster from IMAX with Deadpool basically sitting on Colossus' shoulders, and you see all the characters in the background. And in the very bottom right corner is freaking Stan Lee in the poster.
So it's kind of funny if you think about it. Stan Lee was not in any version of the Fantastic Four reboot, yet he's already on the poster for like the first Marvel film ever, pretty much.
Yeah, this is his first time being on a poster. And he's also in the movie, too. He works at the stripper joint as the announcer.
Which is kind of actually funny with that, too, because it's like he was the bartender just recently in Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Scrolling, because I gotta find it. My other favorite. On the 10th day of Christmas, we got the good old pool log video, which is an hour-long video of a burning paper bag of poop, which is just on a loop over and over again, played to Christmas music. Kind of similar to the Yule log that people play on their TV and whatnot. So, Christmas Eve, I had gotten home from work early and picked up my comic books. So I'm like, I want to listen to comic books, but I want some like ambient noise in the background. So I put on the pool log on up on my TV through the PlayStation, and I'm just reading comics. My wife comes home and she goes, "Really? Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, why the hell not?" I'm sorry, that was not Christmas Eve. That was on December 23rd. Wow. On Christmas Eve, this one was actually kind of cool how they did this. Hugh Jackman actually posted this onto his Twitter, which was the basically the trailer for the trailer, almost, if you will. But I thought it was really cool that Hugh Jackman had actually posted this instead. So it kind of makes me think maybe we will get a Wolverine cameo in the movie.
That would be interesting.
And then December 24th, we got, again, we still got the trailer to the trailer. And then finally Christmas Day, which was like posted early in the morning.
Yeah.
Yep. I was actually, like, every single post was actually coming from like a different like a different person or a different, outlet. So I would follow each outlet on Twitter, and then for that day, I would actually, just like get notifications from them until they actually posted what I needed to see, and then I'd unfollow them. This one came from Ryan Reynolds, and I noticed I had woken up at like 5 o'clock, and I noticed a notification from him at like 3 o'clock, and I'm like, holy shit, they're posting this now? I'm I'll wait till I wake up.
Because I got your text message, I think, at 5 in the morning here.
Yeah, because I had posted this onto our Facebook page at 8:11 in the morning, so 2 hours, so about 6 o'clock for you. Yeah, so I will play the trailer right now, and warning, it's the Red Band trailer, so it's going to have some explicit words.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot.
Kind of lonesome back here.
Little help here.
Excuse me. Woo! Dopinder.
Pool. Dead.
Why the fancy red suit, Mr. Pool?
Oh, that's because it's Christmas Day, Dopinder. And I'm after someone on my naughty list. You're probably thinking, this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the suit just turned that other guy into a fucking kebab. Surprise. This is a different kind of superhero story. To tell it right, we gotta take you back before I squeeze this ass into spandex.
Mr. Wilson, you've recently been diagnosed with terminal cancer.
We can fight this.
What if I told you we can cure you and give you abilities most men only dream of?
I'd say that you sound like an infomercial, but not a good one, like Slap Chop, more shake weighty. If I never see you again, know that I love you.
When I'm finished, your mutated cells will heal anything. But you still think we're making you a superhero? We're making you a super slave. Oh, come on.
You gonna leave me all alone here with Jose Canseco? Whatever they did to me made me totally indestructible and completely
No.
unfuckable.
You look like the inside of other people's assholes.
I didn't ask to be super, and I'm no hero. But when you find out your worst enemy is after your best girl, the time has come to be a fucking superhero.
Right up Main Street.
Cue the music.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
We can't allow this, Deadpool.
I don't have time for your X-Men bullshit, Colossus.
Besides, nobody's getting hurt.
That guy was up there before we got here.
Knock, knock, open
I
up.
played a lot of roles. Damsel in distress ain't one of them.
You gonna rock.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
Rock, go, let it go.
Have you seen this man?
I never say this, but don't swallow. Shit. Did I leave the stove on?
X gon' give it to you.
Yeah, you're way too much dude for me. That's why I brought him.
I mean, that's why I brought her? Oh no, finish your tweet. It's not, that's fine. Just give us a second. Go get her, Tiger.
Oh, I so pity the dude who pressures her into prom sex.
X gon' give it to you.
Damn, I still love that trailer.
I'm gonna be honest. There's been like 2 trailers that have dropped that I have watched probably more times than I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and the Deadpool teaser, the new Deadpool trailer, is
Yeah.
something I'm watching over and over again with just how funny everything is. I just like the that's why I brought her to do that. Oh, you have a tweet. You gotta. Oh, well, just a minute. Just no. Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like the opening with it, where he's just all like, "I thought this was a superhero movie. That other guy just turned that guy into a fucking kebab."
Yeah. Oh, I love how he's like, they're like, oh, I don't care what you X-Men think. I'm not doing any damage or whatever. I'm not hurting anyone. And you just see like in the background, there's like a guy fall. He goes, I didn't. He was
He's
here
like,
before.
that guy was there when I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some of the humor in that, and then what was the one line I really thought was great, where he, again breaking the fourth wall in the entire movie. The Jeep is flipping, his head is outside the Jeep, and he just goes, "Oh shit, did I leave the stove on?"
Yeah.
So to me, I just like everything they've been doing so far with this movie. I think has been brilliant marketing, and just
Now,
it's just crazy.
you had shared this, and it was someone's tweet. And I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to read it, and then we're going to go into detail about how stupid this person is.
Yes.
I refuse to allow my boys to watch Deadpool until at 20th Century Fox removes the sex. Superheroes were created for children, not the sex. What the fuck is up her ass?
Well, first off, she obviously doesn't understand that Deadpool is not a kids-friendly movie. It's he's always been this way. He's never been it's not like he was this, G-rated character and then he became this.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I bet you her boys are probably 15 years old who probably are fans of Deadpool from the comics and video games and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to go see it, but this bitch won't let them.
And it's actually kind of funny because I like how she's like, to remove the sex. Guess what? Every superhero movie, heck, every superhero show I've seen, granted or not, if it's showing us the sex, but it all has that relationship crap
Incredible
in it.
Hulk, when he's about ready to hook up with Betty.
Oh, yeah.
And then he stops because his heart monitor thing is beeping like crazy. It's like, they were 2 seconds away from doing it. You got no problem with the Hulk doing it, but
they're like, because he's a scientist. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for
again, there have been trailers of the Deadpool thing where you actually see him banging someone literally. You don't usually see that. Usually there's like a cutaway or something. You don't fully see the sex and the superhero movies. This one, you full on get it, and
I'm okay with that.
yeah, it doesn't bother me one bit. I just still love the fact that his girlfriend in the movie is played by Jim Gordon's girlfriend in Gotham, and I'm waiting for him to be like, or for Deadpool to be like hooking up with her, and he'll be like, "Suck it, Gordon, suck it."
Oh man, yeah, no, it's but everything they've done with this movie so far, and I think it's going to do I know I'm going to enjoy it, and I know a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I don't know how well it's going to do at the box office, but then again, if you got a bunch of people who are like, I don't know what's coming out on Valentine's Day for women this year, but I think this year is for us. So let the men pick.
Well, my wife says she refuses to go see the Deadpool movie, so
ooh, why?
She doesn't care for the gore and whatnot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I told her if they ever release a PG-13 version, then she could go see it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's so funny when I hear that, and then I'm always so accepting of that when they're just like, oh, the gore and stuff. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've actually I dated. It's funny. I dated somebody who wasn't like, she played video games, no problem, didn't have a problem with that. But when it came to movie gore, like that's where she was like she still tried to watch it. She just turned her head. I didn't realize how gory Watchmen was until watching it with her.
Watchmen and Kick-Ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like every time like stuff was going down, she kept turning her head. I'm all like, oh, that's right, you don't like gore. And then I'm like sitting there, and I just counted the times she turned her head, so I'd just be like, this movie's violent. Like, I'm very desensitized. Like, oh, geez. Yeah. Like,
now my wife hates zombies, absolutely hates them. And we had watched The Maze Runner a while back, and we thought it was a great movie. So when they had announced, the new movie Scorch Trials coming out, we had waited till it came out onto Blu-ray DVD, and we just bought it, so we watched it. And apparently there's zombies in there.
Oh shit!
We had no idea.
Oh.
And they didn't show up to about halfway through the movie, so it's not like we could just stop watching because we're already emotionally invested into it.
Oh god, that's gotta suck.
Yeah, so she's like, every time they'd show up, she'd like turn her head and just not watch. I'm like, I am so sorry. I feel awful. I want to stop this for you, but I know you want to just finish up this thing and whatnot.
Yeah, no. See, that's like, because that's like, I don't even think like I'm glad she probably didn't blame you for that because obviously you didn't know, but it's like, that's also kind of weird because literally you're watching something, you're half an hour into it, and you're like, this is really good. I want to see where this ends. And then out of nowhere, they drop a zombie bomb, and you're like, crap.
Yeah. So
that actually happened. Actually, that actually happened with my co-host with Not Another B Horror Cast when we saw Krampus. She does not like demonic dolls and/or clowns. And this movie had both.
Well, to be fair, the demonic dolls and clowns were kind of in the trailer.
Actually, the clown was not. It
was the Jack in the Box I'm thinking of.
Well, that's what it is. It was the Jack in the Box, but it's like this huge Jack in the Box clown thing that comes out. Spoilers if you guys haven't seen Krampus yet. I'm trying not to give too much away, but yeah, so that was pretty funny. She basically got up halfway at that point and just went to the bathroom. I'm just sitting there eating popcorn going like, I'm loving this. This is great.
See, I don't really do horror movies that much. I love zombie movies. I'll give them that. It's one of my favorites. I wish they would make more of them.
Oh, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Yeah, I heard about that. I do kind of want to see that. There's that, although I probably should see the original version first. I don't know.
No, don't.
See,
my old roommate tried to get me to watch that, and I'm like, no. And I literally told her, I go, unless they put zombies in this, I'm not touching this.
Nice. But we watched that. It's that, and then like anything like the Saw series or Final Destination. Those aren't. I know they're not really technically horror, but
Well, actually, that's the funny part. We've actually gone through this again with the horror podcast. We're trying to figure out like what classifies as horror and stuff. Funny part is the Saw movie, the very first one, is actually it's more of a thriller. Like a psychological thriller and everything like that, where it's just like it has like this elements to it, and then there's this twist at the end of it that you're just like, oh wow. Honestly, they would have stopped it after that movie. I think it would have been great. Then they tried to milk it, and it just got like worse. But yeah, the first one was like honestly not as gory as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, it's difficult. That's why we're trying to like touch upon every genre with that podcast. So
yeah, so there was that. Yeah, so we're watching it, and we get about done. She's like, we need to watch something funny like now, just to get our mind out. So I put on like Family Guy or whatever, and we just watched that.
I was waiting for you to be like Ant-Man.
No, it was like 10:30 at night, which was the other bad part. Cause it was like we're getting ready to go to bed, and she's like, "I need to watch something funny before I go to bed, or I'm fucked." And I'm like, "I understand."
But I will say this: I did watch Ant-Man again because I now own it and watched it again.
Still hold up?
Oh my god, it's so good! I absolutely like seriously. I'm you know what? After this podcast, I'm probably gonna watch it again.
Nice.
My parents finally watched it. My mom's like, "It was so effing good," and my mom barely uses like the F word. Text that to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I told you." And then she asked this question. Granted, I know they're my parents, but they've seen every Marvel movie up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Do we wait till the end of the credits? And I'm like, "Yeah, you wait till the end of the credits."
Mm-hmm.
Mom, if you do not wait till the end of the credits, I'm disowning you.
Nice. No, actually, speaking of Ant-Man, I've told you before my wife works at the aquarium here.
Yes.
Yeah, so she works at the aquarium, and they have a big old, not an IMAX theater because it's not really IMAX, it's a Discovery Channel theater, basically.
Okay.
And basically, they do like movie nights and whatnot, so I think sometime in June they're doing Marvel movie nights.
Ooh.
And they're doing like Captain America Winter Soldier, Thor, the Dark World, Ant-Man, and then Avengers Age of Ultron. So she sends me the list of it, and I'm like, excuse me, but you need to go tell them you need to fix this. They had Ant-Man before Avengers.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, I'm like, why is Ant-Man before Avengers? That's not right. So she goes, apparently, she went up to the person that works at the stand basically. And he's like, we have an issue, and they're like, what? And she's like, my husband says you need to change this, and they're looking at it like, oh my gosh, you're right, because there's a bunch of references in Ant-Man from the Avengers movie. So I'm like, damn right, they changed it. So when do I get my free tickets?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I get any.
No.
But I'm like, you guys are welcome.
Yeah. Whew. That would have been a disaster if people did that. Okay, so that was weird. So when I finally got a copy of, like, I still got to pick up, I think 3 more movies in that second phase.
Yeah.
But I finally got the Iron Man 3. It took me forever to finally find it for like $10. I was
wow.
Yeah. And then Ant-Man, I was like, yeah, I'm getting this. And then I was looking for Age of Ultron, and that was like all gone.
Huh. Now, were you searching for before Christmas or after Christmas?
After. So
it was like right after Christmas?
Yeah, it was a couple of days after Christmas.
Okay. You should probably wait till like everyone restocks, because last minute Christmas presents, plus not to mention like people with gift cards and whatnot want to use them right away.
Yeah, basically what I'm planning on the next time I go to get that, I'm just going to pick up Winter Soldier, Dark World, and Age of Ultron, and then finally be caught up on Phase 2 and just be done.
Nice. Just in time for Phase 3.
Yeah, I know, which I'm just like, okay, so like we were saying, so Deadpool comes out in February. Then March, we were getting Batman v Superman, but Marvel decided to be like, hey, remember when Daredevil came out in May? Yeah, we're dropping it on the Friday where this movie comes out. I don't know if Marvel's just really just like, look, we know we make more money than you. We know what we're doing, like follow our trend. But I think it was like the fact that I think Batman v Superman originally had the same release date as Civil War.
Yes, and then
moved it. So I don't know if this is them just going like, fuck you.
Honestly, I don't see a big deal about it. You go to the movie theaters, go see the midnight showing of Batman versus Superman.
Uh-huh.
You get out. You're all hyped. You think you should probably watch something on Netflix. Oh, look, there's Daredevil.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not a bad idea, because most of your fan base is going to be awake at that time, because they're going to be watching Batman v Superman. They're going to get home. Some people, yes, do get tired after seeing a midnight premiere. I've been there. But, like, if you're super hyped after seeing that movie and you just need to calm yourself down with something, you're going to end up watching Daredevil, and you're going to get even more hyped, and you're going to watch the whole thing, and next thing you know, It's going to be 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're late for work.
That's why... Ooh, wait, I should see if I need to take that day off.
I already took the day off for Deadpool.
Oh, you're smart. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it midnight premiere, and then that Friday I have off to sleep in and go see the movie again if I feel like it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then my wife and I are leaving that night for New York City.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You got everything all planned out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that I thought that was an interesting thing, but I think I'm excited though because I've been seeing all the stills and everything they've been talking about for the next Daredevil season, and last season was just so great, and now this season I'm just like, where are you guys gonna go, kind of thing. So look forward to that, which of course Kyle and I will give you the breakdown on that when that finally gets releases, just like we do with all of our shows.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we did with the Jessica Jones, which, oh my God, I want that second season to come out already too. So it's just like, Marvel's got me hooked. Marvel's got me hooked on those Netflix series. It's just they throw them all out at you. They're like, here's your first taste, kind of drugs, and then you finish that season, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
But another Marvel movie that I didn't realize, I thought it was coming out next year, but apparently it's coming out this year.
Yep, November.
November, yeah, is going to be the Doctor Strange images have been released, and holy crap, it looks
that costume
good.
looks awesome. Yeah, it's spot on. I just love the fact that I still give him like the little flap thing right there by his head, or whatever you want to call it, and just amazing.
Yeah, it's shaping out to be pretty good. Now I know I think the director said he might be a little bit worried with this film, just because it's going to be it might be a lot different than a lot of the Marvel films that they have done.
Well, I mean, this is a magic-based. This is like your very first intro to magic with the Marvel Universe. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be weird, but, I mean, it's the best way to introduce the magic into the world, which will also probably give, like, a better explanation to Scarlet Witch and her powers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's going to do a lot of kind of stuff of that. But I'm excited. I think it looks pretty good. They casted, I think, a great person to play him.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty freaking cool. Now, you were talking about something was dropped, and you sent that over to me today. We've been talking about the Infinity Stones and everything like that. So, you thought it was going to be a different stone in this movie.
We thought it was going to be the Soul Stone with Doctor Strange because it kind of made sense, with the whole magic and whatnot. And Soul Stone has the ability to resurrect the dead, but also, just the word soul and magic just seemed to fit. It just made sense. Well, Kevin Feige announced that basically, now he didn't actually say Time Stone, but the theory is that basically Doctor Strange is going to be messing with time. So, with him messing with time, everyone's kind of like, oh, does that mean he's going to have the Time Stone? Which may mean that the Eye of Agamotto, which gives Doctor Strange his powers, may actually be the Time Stone itself.
Now, I'm also curious about this. Do you think they're switching the stone to a Time Stone just because maybe, depending on how close Civil War is to the comics, they might be needing that Time Stone to go back and fix some things?
No, I think, with Time Stone being with Doctor Strange, that's going to be it. Because you know how they really haven't reused any of the stones. I mean, except for Mind Stone, which has been used multiple times. But all I'm saying is, like, Soul Stone, which, like I said, resurrects the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're thinking the same thing that's going to happen at the end of Civil War.
That is true. And also with another character that will be also not around during stuff. Another question I have, too. So, because we all thought the Time Stone would have been with, it was going to be with Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. So what do you think their next stone is?
Well, obviously there's only two stones left, Time and Soul.
Okay.
Yeah, so they could have Soul, and they may not even do an Infinity Stone.
No, that's true.
Yeah. The next Soul Stone could be with the actual Infinity War.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, say Tony Stark has been basically looking for a way to resurrect Captain America, because obviously we think Captain America is going to die at the end of the movie. He's going to be like, Thor, tell me more about these stones. He's going to tell him about the one Soul Stone, which has the power to resurrect the dead, and then Tony's going to go spend so much time trying to find it that he's going to get it, use it to revive Captain America. Thanos shows up, steals the stones, kills Vision, kills or maybe not kill, but wounds Doctor Strange and all that stuff. And then end up part 1, go into part 2. I don't know. That's my theory. I could be wrong.
It's gonna be so crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now I didn't even think about it. Now it's like I was thinking about, like, oh my god, we got the Avengers people, we got all these new people that joined in. Then it's like, now we're gonna have Guardians of the Galaxy in this, and then I'm just like, and then I totally forgot the Doctor Strange. I'm like, now he's gonna be in it. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be.
There are also rumors that Daredevil and Jessica Jones may also be in Infinity War.
Oh, Marvel, shut up and take my money already.
So if they can finish up the Defenders beforehand, then you can also get Iron Fist and Luke Cage also in it as well.
Oh, jeez.
Folks, Steve is touching himself tonight.
Oh, man. I'm touching myself tonight.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, DC, get your fucking shit together. Come on, people.
Also, for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it was announced that Thanos won't be in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so no Thanos.
He's got to gear up for other shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Last thing, some DC news finally, besides the whole Batman v Superman thing.
Yes.
Robbie Amell, the guy who played Firestorm, will be returning to The Flash, but not as Firestorm. Apparently, he's going to be playing the Earth 2 version of Robbie Amell, or not of whatever the hell his counterpart is, Ronnie Raymond, and it's going to be Deathstorm instead of Firestorm.
Now, do you think that, honestly, I think it's a great move. I think it's awesome. I think it's smart because now you don't have to go through that whole thing like getting rid of the new Firestorm.
Right.
You can keep him and make him still Firestorm, and then you have this new, kind of thing. So I think this is kind of awesome. So
Agreed. Now, are you ready for Flash Legends of Tomorrow? And no, that's about it for you. Next week.
Yes, I am. Don't get me wrong. I've been trying to push myself through to do some stuff with the Flash and everything like that because I did not the Flash, Arrow, because I did hear that somebody is coming back.
Constantine.
Not Constantine, Arsenal.
Oh, yes, they are bringing back Arsenal. He's been spotted on set and whatnot, so he'll be back. I don't know if it's going to be like a permanent thing or what, but an episode, he'll be back. Now, I was rereading a lot of old stories about the expectations for Season 4 of Green Arrow, and it does look like we may actually get a Green Lantern sometime soon.
Oh, okay. So
there was an interview with Stephen Amell at Comic-Con where he had said that someone had asked him the question of, will you be how much time will you guys be in Coast City? And he said, we'll be spending a lot of time in there. And someone then asked, will you be visiting any new friends? As in, Hal Jordan. And he says, actually, we'll be visiting an old friend. So maybe even still, they could be friends from like the past or whatever, because you know how they do the flashbacks.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I think it'd be freaking awesome if they did actually bring in Hal Jordan, because obviously, in that one episode of Flash in the end of the last season, they had said that test pilot was disappeared. So obviously, Hal Jordan is already the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's all of our news. I do have my comic block that came literally today.
All right, so let's see what Kyle got in his comic book. Which I'm thinking once I get my stuff on track financially and everything like that, and see what raise I get from this work, because we get a raise every year, and since I've been there for a year now, all that good stuff. So I know it's going to be one of those things that I will probably be looking into, maybe getting this as like a bonus box for an extra. I think you put like an extra $10 to do 2 subscriptions or something like that. So because some of the stuff you've been showing me, I'm like, that's kind of freaking cool.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I'm not a big fan of this character, but my father-in-law is, so I'm giving him this. It's a T-shirt of Judge Dredd.
Oh, okay.
It says, "I am the law."
I am the law.
So, again, I'm not a big fan of it, but...
Okay, you're not a big fan of the character, but did you enjoy Dredd, that movie?
I have not even seen it.
Oh.
Yeah. Also with it is the new Scarlet Witch comic. I was starting to read halfway through it, and then dinner was ready, so I didn't get to finish it. But artwork's a little different. It's got like a little sketchy vibe to it. It's not like solid. I know that's like a turnoff for some people. But, I mean, overall, I mean, I didn't mind it. I may not actually pick this up as a subscription, but as a free comic, I mean, I read it, so
okay.
Halfway through it. Let's see here. Also was a Judge Dredd comic book. Again, also going to give this to my father-in-law because I had no need for it. And then I remember reading about this, and I think we posted a story up on our Facebook page, Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic.
Holy crap, you got that?
Didn't you look at the pictures I sent you?
All I saw was the Dread stuff in it.
I sent you 2 pictures.
Oh, well, my phone's wacky. Hold on. Oh, yeah, there's the second one. Holy crap, dude. Oh, man. Okay, I need to know how that's going to be because I've been wanting... I was kind of waiting for it to come out on trade paperback to get it.
Well, it is a 6-issue miniseries, so if you want to wait for that, you probably should. But yeah.
But holy crap, cool.
Now, I'm going to open this right now and flip through it real quick.
So, who is it by? Is it by DC and...
It's IDW and DC Comics.
Okay, so I always like when they do these crossovers. To me, I just thought it was going to be like a weird, like, I'm like, why would these guys be teaming up?
Well, I mean, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles teamed up with the Power Rangers.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of turtle news,
yes.
While you're opening this comic and to flip through and stuff like that, so apparently rumor has it that Krang is going to be in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, cool.
So that should be interesting. So what do we got here?
Very bad bag. They like wrapped it in this. The thing is completely wrapped in the bag, so I just gotta freaking.
Yeah, I don't get those. Like, I've been noticing that when I get, like, Arcade Block or stuff from Loot Crate and stuff, that they'll throw, like, the comic book in, and they always put, like, that weird, like, thing over it.
Well, what's weird is, like, this one here wasn't nearly as, like, this was, like, more of, like, a loose bag that it was in.
Yeah.
And then the Judge Dredd is, like, completely sealed into plastic with, like, a piece of cardboard in the comic.
Yeah.
And then the Scarlet Witch came in a normal bag and board that you get, like, for your own collection.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm flipping through it. Looks like it starts off with hand ninjas attacking. Turtles show up, and then Batman shows up. Okay. Yeah, not really too sure. I'm just waiting to see like their connection together. Batman's in the Bat Cave. Let's see here. Looks like Killer Croc is in the sewer, so that might be the connection there.
Oh, okay. There you
go. Yep, there's the Turtles looking at Killer Croc. Batman shows up to fight hand ninjas. Or foot ninjas, or whatever the fuck they're called. Is it foot?
Yes,
foot.
And is Daredevil. Yeah, you're thinking Daredevil.
And then the Turtles start fighting Killer Croc and like a bunch of his little minion things. Artwork's not bad. It's definitely readable. I can definitely give you that much.
That's good.
But yeah, they haven't even met because like they're in 2 different battles where like obviously Turtles are fighting Killer Croc and then Batman's fighting the Foot and then Shredder shows up to fight Batman.
Ooh.
The Turtles find the Batmobile and Donnie's like, she's beautiful. And then Batman shows up to basically sees them. And Mikey's like, Donnie, I think she's taken. And then it kind of just ends right there. And it looks like the Turtles are actually going to fight Batman in the next issue. Because, you know, you got to always have a fight in a crossover between the 2 groups before they actually fully team up.
See, that's what I don't get. I thought that's how all, like, comic books have always been, so I never got why everyone was so angry that Batman was fighting Superman.
I guess it just really depends.
Well, it's the same thing with anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Daredevil and Iron Fist meet, they're probably going to fight first before they... realize,
that'd be kind of
we're on
cool.
the same side. I mean, because obviously, I know Iron Fist has got to play in some way or form into the Daredevil storyline, just because Daredevil already ran into that old woman who has to deal with like Iron Fist's stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I can't wait though. Now, I think that's about all the news that we got. So, if you want to go into Star Wars now.
So to wrap up the show, we'll talk about Kyle and I both finally saw Star Wars, and thank God for both of us. We did not have anything spoiled for us, which was great. I ended up seeing the movie twice. It was kind of sad and pathetic. I saw it by myself once because I got screwed over. And then the second time, Eric, Matthew, and I went ahead and saw it in IMAX 3D. So I'll talk about how my opinions are on 3D probably after we're done with talking about Star Wars and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm also, this is what I'm going to say now. We're not going to try to spoil anything really too much. We will talk about maybe some key points, but if you have not seen Star Wars, you want to stop listening now, go right ahead so we don't screw up anything, because I have been that person that has not spoiled it for anybody, and I want to make sure I stay that way until everyone has finally got to see Star Wars.
Yeah, I was actually honestly amazed that I was able to not get spoiled on anything at all. Because I tried staying away from social media for a week, but I just couldn't do it. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll stay on social media. I'll just be careful. So, like, I tiptoed around everyone's tweets and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly the only thing really I got spoiled on was the fact that the extended universe stuff kind of is no longer canon.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Which, it makes sense when you think about it, because like a lot of the stuff has... yeah, I really can't say anything without spoiling anything, so...
No, that's understandable. I mean, there's a couple of stories that were in the extended universe that try to almost kind of tie into the stuff that's going on in this movie, but they did switch a lot of stuff around, and there are still questions that were like, okay. But overall, I'm just going to say this, BB-8, holy crap. Love it.
Oh, yeah, he was great. I kind of wish we got some more Poe.
I do, too.
Yes. I do wish we had gotten more of him instead, but I'll take whatever we can get for now. I'm sure maybe next movie he'll get more. I also kind of wish we got more Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma.
The female stormtrooper that was all shiny.
Right, okay, see, I totally forgot her name. But, okay, yeah, I said the same thing. I was talking about this, and I'm like, I like the character. I thought it was awesome. I really hope they give her more of a bigger part in the next movie. To me, she felt like the Boba Fett of...
If she's in the next movie.
I'm kind of hoping she is. If she's not, then I guess they're going completely different routes, and who knows what people are doing. But, yeah, no, that's another character, because I found out Eric found some stuff, like that's the book related to the movie or something like that, but he did find some stuff about her armor and why her armor is like that, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to know more about this character. So it's really kind of interesting with that kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's was it Rye? Ray. See, that's the problem I keep doing. I keep calling it, instead of Kylo Ren, I kept calling Riley Kylie or something like that.
And you're not wrong.
Actually, that's what I think is really funny. Everybody is so hating on this character right now. And I put it this way. I go, okay, well, let's think about it. Luke was a whiny little bitch. Anakin was a whiny little bitch. The whiny little bitch does not fall far from, some stuff. So,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, still a lot of unanswered questions that I really cannot wait for them to answer in 2 years.
Yeah, but on the bright side, at least we are getting another Star Wars movie next year, even though it's not part of the episode, 1, 3, 4, and all that kind of stuff. But they are going to try to keep our interests.
Yes, Rogue One, which I actually vaguely remember reading. Basically, it sounds like it's going to be about it's going to be like a bunch of mini stories about that takes place between 3 and 4.
Yes.
So Should be interesting.
Yeah, because I think that one is also that's also the name of the team that went and got the plans for the Death Star, if I'm not mistaken, in the beginning of New Hope.
So basically, it's going to lead into what happened to them, how they got the plans, and then it's just going to end with them giving it to Princess Leia, and then her giving it to R2, and that's about it.
Possibly. So we'll see. I mean, that's the rumor I've heard and stuff of that. But back to episode 7, all the characters absolutely loved. There wasn't like a character that I really was like, oh, why'd they have this in here? Great job not giving us a Jar Jar Binks of the universe, which was great. A lot of cameos in this movie. I should,
especially if you know where to look.
Yeah, if you knew where to look. I remember watching it the second time and then going on IMDb and going like, oh, that's who that was. Of course, Eric Dewey from Her Majesty's Secret Pod totally found one cameo, of course.
Was it James Bond?
The James Bond one, which I thought was amazing when I found out the name of the stormtrooper. And I was just like, that's funny.
Yeah, Daniel Craig, for those who don't know what we're talking about, Daniel Craig played a stormtrooper who actually had a very funny role.
Yes.
Won't say anything because obviously that kind of does spoil a little bit of the movie.
Yes.
But he is in there. Plays a very funny role.
Also, Simon Pegg is in it.
Yes, he was a junk dealer. We can say who he was, basically. He was a very cheap junk dealer.
Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of stuff in it. And also old people, not old people, but old people old characters in bits and pieces of the movie that you will either notice their voices at some point in the movie as well. But yeah, overall, I'll put it this way. I sat down, I watched it. It made me feel like another Star Wars movie. It made me feel like the same thing from when I first saw the original Star Wars. You know, again, just basically the movie ended and I was like, I want episode 8 now. Kind of thing, which is funny because now I remember when I finally saw the Star Wars movies, we already had them. Like they were already on like VHS, or my parents recorded them off of HBO at some point or whatnot. And you got that luxury of being able to, I can watch this one, then I'll watch the next one right after it, and this one. And it wasn't until like episode 1, 2, and 3 where you really had that like, oh, I have to wait, like kind of thing. So. But yeah, overall, I liked it. I think it was great. I can't wait to see what these new characters are going to do with this universe, and I really like to see where the story is going to go. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So, yourself?
Yes. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what happens. I will say this, not spoiling anything, but I did kind of cry in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I cried a little bit. I'm not ashamed to. I'm not afraid to admit it, or whatever the heck the saying.
Look, I'm just going to spoil it for you. The reason why Kyle cried is the same probably reason I cried, is when you find out BB-8 is actually Adolf Hitler, and you're like, what? No.
What movie did you see?
I saw BB-8, Adolf Hitler. You didn't?
Dude, no. BB-8 is the love child of R2-D2 and the Death Star.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah.
The Force is strong with that one.
Oh yeah.
He's been known to destroy planets. Bong. Yeah, but I will say this. I don't want to... It's not really giving anything away. It's just more of a humor thing. But J.J. Abrams kind of debunked Kevin Smith's Clerks theory about a stormtrooper. Because he goes, when Randall and him are talking about, do you think a stormtrooper knows how to install like a toilet main or anything like that? And one of the stormtroopers' jobs was actually sanitation. So
someone had actually sent me a meme of that. You know, I'm sure you know. A bunch of people have been making like a bunch of funny lines and whatnot between characters and all that stuff. I'm sure you've seen a bunch. One was wrong one. Let's see here. See, where did it go? Basically, obviously, we kind of already know who that stormtrooper is. Where the hell did it go? I had it. Here we go. Basically, he's like, apparently stormtroopers started working sanitation a long time ago after some yahoos broke in and vandalized a garbage compactor.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the other ones here. Here we go. Do you realize if Finn hooks up with Rey, he'll be the first stormtrooper ever to hit something?
Yeah, I saw that one. I actually sent that over to the guys, and I saw it.
Let's see here. All right, so
so overall, go ahead. If you haven't seen Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Go see that now.
Yes.
But in other movie news, this will probably be the one to wrap up the show, which will be very kind of strange to wrap it up with. But apparently Spaceballs.
Yes, Spaceballs is coming back.
Spaceballs, of course, they're calling it The Quest for More Money. I'm very intrigued with the way this is going to go. Now, the only problem I see with this movie, obviously characters are going to be a lot older. Not a big problem. They did that with obviously Star Wars. Don't have a problem with that. Is of course John Candy is no longer with us,
and Joan Rivers,
and also what was his name? Rick Moranis is retired.
I think he would come out of retirement for this.
I think so too, and that would be great. But I don't know because he also didn't come out of retirement for Ghostbusters stuff.
Yeah, but that's Ghostbusters.
No, Kyle. We have one rule here: we do not badmouth Steve's favorite movie.
It's okay.
You can call me a loser. You can say I'm going to die alone. You can say my children will be born without eyelids and stuff like that. I have no problem with that.
How can I call you a loser and that you'll die alone if your children are going to have no eyelids because you're going to die alone?
I don't know. I'm just reading off the guy with the cue cards put up.
Wait, you get cue cards? Shit, I got to make this shit up. No wonder your shit's so funny and my shit sucks.
Yeah, because I write it myself and then I'm all like, yeah, go with that one. So you can't see the magic here in the studio of Steve, where I wave my hands because I'm doing the Doctor Strange stuff. Because his name is Stephen Strange. So, anyways, yeah. So the Quest for Money. Now, I talked about this a while ago. I think on Socially Awkward. I don't know. It was even before I even heard about they were officially doing this. But we were talking about who would now. I wouldn't say it would replace Barf the dog. Most likely, they would probably try to write in a dog character that maybe is the son of Barf and probably do a joke with well, dogs only have a 10-year lifespan, something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Who would actually be able to take up the role of this character, though?
I don't know. I really don't know.
A lot of people would. The problem is a lot of people go with the fat guy, so they may immediately just pick a fat guy who's funny. So they would go with Zach, Gilligan. I always pronounce his name wrong.
What's his name from The Hangover?
Yeah, what's his name from The Hangover? You got your Jack Black, fat character. You have your Jonah Hill, fat character. So
Jonah Hill, I could see.
I could see Jonah Hill as well, and I'm surprised I even remembered that as to even
Seth Rogen?
Now that you mention that, I could see Seth Rogen actually playing the character. Because I think, you know what, he probably could. And again, not playing the same character, but playing either the reincarnation of this character or the son of this character or an offshoot of this character kind of thing. So it'll be very interesting. But I'm just glad that Mel Brooks is still kicking and giving us shit.
Well, I think after seeing how successful Star Wars is, he's like, I should probably get back on this.
Yeah, and you know what? Perfect timing. Everything is Star Wars fever. And
it'll be interesting to see what they do with if they do toys for it.
They gotta do toys with it.
Well, here's the thing. When Spaceballs first came out, they got permission from George Lucas to do it, but he wouldn't let them do toys. The only thing that they could sell were props. So hence the reason why they had the one scene where they're trying to sell a bunch of Spaceballs merchandise or the Schwartz merchandise in that one scene, because this way they can sell that as actual props for the movie instead of actually toys instead, which I thought was very clever. So I don't know what they'll be able to do this time now that Disney owns the rights.
I don't know. Disney seems to have a very good sense of humor.
True.
And plus Disney's granted, Disney, what did they do? They gave, for Harrison Ford to come back to the Star Wars franchise, They gave him, I forget, obviously it was a buttload of money, and then I think he said he wanted, I could be wrong with the percentage on this, I don't know if it was 10% of the box office price that he gets back, or even like 1%. It wasn't even like, I can't remember the percentage, so I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford, they were like, fine, here, because they probably knew this movie was going to make the money that's already made.
Well, I don't know if you heard or not, but they're making an Indiana Jones 5.
Yes, I did hear that. And so, kids, that's probably going to wrap up this episode of the Long Box Cast. It's great to be back. New year, big episodes. All my episodes so far, which I've only done 2, but they've been long. We got to get a lot of stuff out of the way, kids. So get ready for Kyle's and I's next show is going to be mini-series. We're just going to be like, hi, welcome to the Long Box Cast. Next time on the Long Box Cast. Do they ever finish their intro?
I'm actually A-okay with that if we do that next episode.
All right, so of course you can find me at Stephen Mooney Jr. on the Twitters. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page, Longboxcast. Also, our website, I know it's still under construction, but www.longboxcast.com, Twitter at Longboxcast. And Kyle, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Well, you lovely people out there can find me on Twitter at Deadpool_Ranger. I also have pretty much taken over control of our Twitter page. No offense to Steve, but he's busy doing the website and whatnot. But
well, I'll put it this way, Kyle. You know how to work Twitter.
Yes, I do.
I know.
So basically, if you also need to get a hold of me and you can't find me on Deadpool_Ranger, 1, you're not looking hard enough, and 2, you can find me at Longboxcast. That is our Twitter account. Also, if you would like to follow me when I do live tweeting for shows, I will be doing that on the Longboxcast Twitter handle instead of my personal one from now on. So keep looking forward to that stuff next week.
Very cool. So Kyle and I will be keeping you posted with the countdown to the Deadpool movie, which of course is only going to be a couple of episodes until that one premieres in February. But Kyle and I can't wait, and I'm starting to believe that Kyle and I, since he's already going to see it midnight showing, I might want to do the same thing. Take the next day off from work, and then Kyle and I should just, right after we get done seeing the movie, just come home and record.
Well, my wife might get pissed off at me for waking her up since the bedroom's right behind my recording station.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, so I think maybe since I'm taking that Friday off, I don't know, are you taking that Friday off?
I'll have to see. I'll have to see if anybody else has requested that Friday off from work.
Okay, well, if you do end up getting that day off, maybe we can do a special recording then. Maybe we'll do a live recording.
Ooh, we can set that up on the Spreaker page.
Well, no, we can do it through Google Hangouts. Basically, all we have to do is, instead of just me making it this way, no one can view our recording, I make it public access. It's a whole live thing. People can watch us as we talk and whatnot, and then...
Okay.
I'm sure we'll get maybe one viewer or 2, but we'll talk about the Deadpool movie and then go see it again.
I like. Let's see if we can shoot for that. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Okay. So until next time, kiddies, I guess we'll be back with more issues. And Kyle, take us away with those lovely words.
Long box cast. Too many issues for a short box.
Tormented and attacked, lost from when we wake, with no way to go back. I'm standing on my own, but now I'm not alone.
Avengers, assemble!
Oh shit!
What's wrong?
Did I leave the oven?
No. Oh, you left the oven on again?
No.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes too. No, I literally do leave the oven on. I end up baking air.
Oh, how's that? Is it good?
It's a little crispy sometimes, but it's not that bad.
Or is your oven just full of hot air?
No.
Oh. My New Year's resolution was to make some great puns and Kyle actually enjoy them for once.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you, kids. You can't see this right now. Kyle's not even looking at me. He's just looking at his phone, tweeting, going, God, I need a new co-host.
That's not a bad idea.
You son of a... All right. That's all we got for our closer.